sports coverage of the National Football League. Brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. On the visitor's sideline, Mike McDaniel, the coach of the Dolphins, his team fired up and ready for this one. On the other sideline, the Colts head coach, Shane Steichen. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg Hart, to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking about a new season, new opportunity. And I still do this at a high level. And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
And he's only going to be able to get back to the line. That's all. 3 plays to start. Quick 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. Out come the Colts, and they are led by their big quarterback who's trying to find his way in the NFL. Year 3 for Anthony Richardson out of Florida.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
On 2nd down, Richardson. Pass right side to Downs. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On play action, Richardson. He'll look deep for Pittman. That's caught! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big gainer for Indianapolis. A gain of 48.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And showing the quick feet there as he gets forward for a pickup of 3.
At the 14-yard line.
2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go right back to Taylor. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. They'll run the sneak. He's going to have a Colts 1st down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Colts 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Still 1st down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Taylor. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. Penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on second and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The extra point, up and good. And the Colts have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So, Greg, you look at these Dolphins 2 years ago, felt like it was going in the right direction, but last year, 8-9, 5 games behind Buffalo in the AFCs. This feels like an important season for everyone with the Dolphins.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things Mike McDaniel has to start to realize, Mike, is does their regular season philosophy and identity, does that carry over when they have to go up north to Buffalo and some of these northern cities in the playoffs? And we've seen over the last couple of years, whether it was in Kansas City or when they go up north to Buffalo at the end, that high-flying, open, widespread speed attack has some struggle. So they need Tua to stay healthy. They need him to continue to develop and improve the talent around him. And then Mike McDaniel has to do a great job with his staff finding an identity that's not only good in the regular season, but when they make the playoffs, it travels.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
Tua now on third down. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Here's Jake Bailey now. And John to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. That is fielded at the 20. Oh, that could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Colts first down.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He'll look deep for Pittman. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Short one, and it's caught by Warren. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
That's good for a Colts first down.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. Forced out to his right. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Here's a run. And he will get into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. What a start to the year. His 2nd touchdown in this opening half. Give him a second touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. They'll run here with the rookie. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle.
Brings up second down.
From the gun, here's Tua. Has caught on the right side by Waddle. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards. First down.
Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Play fake. Now Tua to throw. He'll get this one out to his fullback. Good recovery after the penalty. He's back within a couple of yards of that first down. Tua, give it to Achane. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
A shotgun snap to Tua. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. The second-year man from UCLA, Latu. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week 1. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Miami. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So here come the Colts. Greg, they're just kind of in the middle. They're 8-9 last year, behind Houston a couple of games in the division. The last few years it felt like, well, Indy's got a chance, but they just don't have enough guys to get to that next level. It's an important season for the Colts all the way around.
It is, and you mentioned the 8-9 record, Mike, and what really concerns me is not necessarily the record, but you always have to look at the context. We're 8-9, but in a division that's, let's be honest, it's not the strongest division in the league. So as that division continues to get better, does Houston get back to their way?
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Mika Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with first and goal.
I think they tricked him that time, Mike. I mean, they originally showed zone, so he thinks the defender's going to pass him off into an open area, but then they match it underneath with a man concept, and he doesn't see the defender until the ball leaves his hand. Big-time play by the defense and puts their offense in a great spot.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. DeForest Buckner working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Now it's Tua. We'll get this into the hands of Devon Achane. And they'll get about 5 yards closer, but now it is 3rd and goal. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. So on fourth down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This, about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Jalen Phillips taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Third and a long way to go.
And 17.
Now Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Colts out to the early lead. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. The dangerous Tyreek Hill is deep for Miami. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting set to get back to work. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And 2 new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So, no question, Mike, there was a very...
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Colts have come away with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's Tungo Vailoa. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Tagovailoa. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Dolphins.
A run out of the gun with Achane.
The ball with Achane, the ball carrier.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Tua going to give this to Wright. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Going in the wrong direction. Now second and goal from the 12. Throwing is Tua. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. What a way to kick off the new year. 2 sacks in the first half of the opener.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. That's taken in by Achane.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Khalil Herbert on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Colts offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Fitzpatrick multiple times All-Pro in his safety spot to record the sack.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too... Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. The Colts have come away with the football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
In trouble, and down he goes. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough the stop. He comes up with the sack.
At the 14-yard
When
line.
you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, leads to a sack.
3rd and inches.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seat he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it, and he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
On the stop.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Jordan Brooks in there to bring him down. And that's his 1st sack of the year.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, Richardson. This pressure is relentless. They get him again. Matthew Judon. He gets there for the sack, setting up 4th down. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. On the return, it's Hill. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked off by Nick Cross.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
The Colts offense make their way out to take over once more. Now, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They may not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys who are watching the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is
in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner. He works his way in to record the 2nd sack of his young career.
These are the type of negative plays that you just can't allow to happen, especially when you find yourself trailing. They continue to lose chunks of yards on these sacks, and they want to claw themselves out of this hole. They're going to have to protect the quarterback.
Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Tua gonna throw. He's gonna look deep for Tyreek. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Here's 2nd and 9.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
On play action, Richardson. Pass right side to down. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
17 yards on that connection. 1st down, Indianapolis.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
2nd and 10. Richardson to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Matthew Judon starting the season with a bang. His 2nd sack in the season opener.
What an unbelievable performance by this pass rush to start this game. And then on the flip side of things, I'm not sure if things could get any worse for this offensive line. I mean, they've got to figure something out, and they've got to do it in a hurry because they are completely outmatched right now at the moment.
Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Richardson. And they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this This will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds.
28-yard line.
The Dolphins offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and inches.
Here's 2. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
First down.
A pistol set with Tagovailoa. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
Gain of 11 on the play. And the Dolphin first down.
2 and out on 1st down. This one caught by Waller. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. That one is complete. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Richardson. Again, they target Pittman. He's got another catch. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
The Colts about to kick this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw is Tua. They'll set up the receiver screen with Waddle. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Achane. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
Tackle made right at midfield. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to sneak it here. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Taylor gets it out of the pistol. And a nice job able to dance away and get forward for a pickup of a half dozen.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll go again here with Taylor. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. That's Jack Jones in on the stop. Now a third and 2. Throwing is Richardson. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
That's good for a Colts.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 2. That is caught wide on the RPO. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
First down.
Here's Taylor. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's good for a Colts first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
First carry now for Khalil Herbert. The Colts have a first and goal forthcoming. It takes this down to the 5-yard line.
4 yards. That's good for a Colts first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Good. Makes the score Colts 21, Dolphins 6.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. This taken at the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. There's Mike McDaniel. His Dolphins getting ready for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. On the ground to start the drive, it's A-Check. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. From the 41, here's second and 6.
It's now second and 6.
Off play action, it's Tua. Forced out left.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack. When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep them contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Second down at the 18-yard line.
They'll give this one to Taylor, running right. Up the sideline, past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for a Colts.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They have found something on the ground. 16 more yards on that carry.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They go right back to Taylor. He's got another first down and more. And he will finally be taken down. But not until he gets to the Colts' 16-yard line.
That's another Colts first down.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
At the 9-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. They turn it over on down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
Not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Complete to number 17.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss. The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine He was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Indianapolis.
That's good for a Colts. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And nice work after the catch. It stops a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the kick. It's Taylor. The Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running takes them down to the 9.
And the Colts, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Richardson. Moving left. Now he'll run it.
1st and goal. Quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Line of scrimmage the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Allen Pierce. Touchdown, Indy. This has got to feel good, Greg. You open at home and a great performance with one more touchdown added on top.
Not many better ways, Mike, than to create some excitement amongst your fan base than to have a great home opener. Every team works all off-season. They stress it during training camp. Let's get off to a great start, and then all of a sudden you're able to do it in front of your home crowd. Man, this has been a really impressive performance.
Dolphins 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough field.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire...
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. DeForest Buckner, what a start to the season. His 3rd sack here in week 1.
been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
To Jalen Waddle. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Miami.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taken in by Achane. He'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down.
Again, it's Tua. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
To number 83.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for 2. And that is incomplete.
Intended.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
In motion is Warren. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Colts first down.
For a Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run here with Hill. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and 10.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of a yard.
From the gun, Richardson. Looking middle, and he's got down. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt for the Colts.
And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. Complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd down, they need 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, here's Tua. He's up to the 20. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Tua. Give it to Achan. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. From the 25, here's second down and 7.
A 2-yard gain. Brings up second.
Once again, it's Achan. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
Throwing is Tua. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. They snap it to Tua. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
It's a turnover on
Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. You held serve at home, have the lead here in the fourth quarter, and now it's all about bleeding down that clock. Oh, run with Taylor. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. It is second and 9.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down at the 28-yard line.
Throwing, Richardson. He runs with it. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10. On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 16-yard line.
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
A gain of a yard brings up third and 10.
That's Pierce in motion. It's Richard. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. So it's a win for the Colts. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.